Hey there. Hey, welcome to my channel. And I'm Justine of Joyfully Justine. I am doing a whole series on reversing diabetes for the woman over 50. Okay, I just wanted to give you a little backstory. I've had diabetes since I was 35, so several years. I think it's time that I reverse it and concentrate my efforts in that area. So I wanted to share this. I'm going to start this journey tomorrow. I've been doing it actually for years, in my head, reversing diabetes. Well, there's things you have to do that, um, of course, will help accomplish that. And I've been on keto, off keto, low carb. I've never done no carb. I guess that's not even possible. I'm not sure. Um, what else? I've, fasted, not very long, but I fasted. Um, Trying to think of what else I've done, uh, trying my best to do what I should be doing. And I mean, I saw a dietitian, way back in the beginning, and probably 10 years after that, saw another dietitian. Just could not make any progress towards reversing this disease, basically. Um, Not any progress that I want to see. So I'm just a woman over 50. I'm out here trying some things and just want to take you on the journey with me. So if you're in that position where you have it, it's uncontrolled, or even if it is controlled, if you're taking medication, I mean, the bottom line is we want to get off that medication. It's kind of a catch 22. I mean, if you don't take the medication, you're doing damage, internal damage, your heart, your blood vessels, your eyes, your, feet, all of that. If you take the medication, you have the same, well, it's doing things inside your body that you're not probably even aware of, just the havoc that it's wreaking. You know, I would love to do it naturally, and that's my goal is to just start doing this. Now, I'm not going to, go off my medicine immediately or any of that. And I'll just let you know that I am taking metformin, right? Who isn't, that has diabetes, 1,000 milligrams twice a day. So, which is, my doctors told me, is the max dose. So she can't give me, any more of that. Not that I want any more, but I'm at the max dose there. And because of that, or just because I have diabetes, I'm not sure, it's supposed to be for the protection of the kidneys. I'm taking Farxiga once a day. And let me grab this real fast and I'll tell you it's 20 milligrams of that I'm taking once a day. And I always take that in the morning. That's the first pill. And then I take the other two, the metformin, before lunch and before supper. Okay. And I take my blood sugar every single morning. So I've got a blood sugar meter and I've got a source where I get the test strips, generic test strips for the meter that I have. And, it's before I would never test my blood because to go get a 30-day supply, you had to have a prescription for one. And then the prescription, if you had insurance, was still like $60 for a 30-month supply or a 30-day supply. So I just said, you know what? I I would go in and out of wanting to know what my numbers were to, at times I didn't even care. I was just living life. I was working. I was trying to um, be good and do what I needed to do, but it just wasn't working. And the older I get, it seems that it seems to be harder and harder. But I'm going to reverse it. So the other thing that I am taking, and I believe, oh, that's not the right one. Ev- Okay. Farxiga actually that I was taking is 10 milligrams. I picked up the wrong bottle. The other bottle of medicine I'm taking is a torvastatin. That's the 20 milligram, and that's once a day. That's in the evening, at night. Well, in the evening, um, which I don't want to take either. But according to my doctor, because you have diabetes, your cholesterol is high, and you need to take this to lower that. So my goal is to totally be off all medication and just go to the doctor once a year, for a checkup or be normal, like a normal person. I don't know what is normal, right? But right now, and I've been doing this for years, I go every 3 months to have that A1C done and to, tell her how I'm doing. And if it's not been a good 3 months, then it's like, oh gosh, I got to go and tell her, it's this vicious cycle that I want to stop. So hopefully you'll get something out of this that will help you. And that's my goal. So what I'm going to do is once a week, I'm going to come on and give an update. So this is actually tomorrow, I'm starting week 1. And let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. So currently, and since the weather has gotten nicer and it's actually hot outside, um, me and my husband walk every morning. So sometime between 7 and 8, 7 to 9, somewhere in there, we get out and walk. I have to have my 2 cups of coffee, right? It used to be 3, so I got it down to 2. Um, so we go out and walk, and usually about an hour. Okay, so sometimes we will be earth friendly and pick up trash along the way, which really isn't walking, at a pace or anything. But we feel good about doing that. So we'll do that every 2 or 3 days. Um, on the other days, we do walk, we do hills, we just walk around our neighborhood. We live in a great neighborhood that has 2 major universities. There's a major art gallery, there's all kinds of coffee shops, pizza places, garden. We actually have a garden. Well, we have 2 of them just within walking distance. So lots of things to see and do. I love taking pictures when I'm out in the morning, the pretty flowers, the bees, whatever, butterflies, um, something weird on the street, or it's amazing if you get out and actually look around at your surroundings and see what's out there and just take pictures, it helps me remember. And not that I have memory issues that I know of. um, but I love doing it. And um, just to go back and look at what I've done and what I've seen, and oh yeah, what was that called? Look stuff up, and it's nice. So we do that in the morning. Now, that's all the exercise we've been doing. Okay, and I know I need to do more. So um what I plan on doing starting tomorrow, this is week 1, starting tomorrow on Monday, I will well, let me go back. I'm doing 2 meals a day. So I do lunch and I do supper. Supper is usually sometime between 5 and 6. By the time we get done, it's usually about 6:30. So lunch is usually, well, somewhere between 11 and 1, somewhere in there. I try to do it around noon, but I fast after I eat. At 6 or get done at 6:30. I fast from that point. Um, let's just say 7. So that's 5 hours, and then I don't eat until noon, so about 17 hours, 16-hour fast, 17-hour, um, which I need to get better at that, but that's my norm. So I take the metformin, at both meals, and the atorvastatin I take at night. Um, Trying to think of what else I've been doing as far as diabetes. I do test my blood sugar every single morning, so I write it down, and I'm able to make a mental note. Okay, you need to do better today, or every morning it's from the night before from all that fasting. Um, I write it down so I have a log just on a calendar. Let's see. Let me show you the Dollar Tree. Just one of these. Let's pick it up, and it's a nice calendar to write things on. I used to write down how long we would walk and how many miles and our pace and all of that. But you know what? There's an app that does that. It's Google Fit, and it's free on your phone. I just turn it on every time we go out and walk, and it tracks all that. So I can kind of look back at those numbers. But anyway, so I think, and as far as eating, I've done keto before and I did really well on it as long as I stick to it. Now, when I start wavering is when things go awry, like quickly. So, if I have a menu plan written out and or in an app or something where the recipes are all okay, this is what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I choose not to eat breakfast, so just lunch and dinner. And here's the recipes, how to make the stuff. And, I do really well on that for a while. But then I get the hankering for something I'm not supposed to have, and I'll go out and have it. And then that sometimes that will turn into, a month later, and I'm thinking, what the heck? How I got so off track. It's so easy to do. So I'm making choices starting tomorrow that I'm going to do things a little bit differently. So pretty much I've just been focusing on the bread and the pasta and the potatoes and noodles, all the good stuff. It's not good to me. I tell myself my body is actually allergic to it. My body can't process like everybody else. Well, not everybody, but lots of people can process those carbs or burn them up, and my body is not that way, and it hasn't been for 20 plus years, which is so, when I think about that, that's a long freaking time for you to be so out of sync with yourself and just, medicating with the medicine and helping to try to fix it. Then you see the doctor and you didn't do so well. So then, I mean, it's and I've actually told myself, just go ahead and have the pizza, have the slice or two, and then take the medicine. It'll be fine. It'll be too high, but it'll go down. It'll go down. So not right. So not right. And I'm telling you this because it's real. It's real. It's what happens. So my goal again is to get off of the all of the medicine and to lose weight. Okay, that's part of my issue also. I posted my numbers. And this was actually back in February because you know how you weigh on one scale, it's one number, and you weigh on a different scale, it's a different number. So in order to track, I'm going to use the doctor's numbers. That's what she uses. So I was at 210 in February. So now I go to the doctor I should have went in May, but I had to reschedule that for this following, well, let's see. Today's Sunday. Okay, this following week on Thursday, I need to go to the doctor. And of course, we'll weigh and we'll do the A1C and all of that. So I will be able to report next Sunday how that went. Hopefully better. I think I did a lot better. I did post my results um, in the, what do they call it? The thumbnail on the video, so you can see my weight and all my measurements, all of that. So I will do that probably once a month when I get those results. And well, it won't take a month to get the A1C. So I'll talk about it as I get it, since I'm going to do this every week. My plan is to do it every week, do an update. Okay. So, but what I'm going to start doing next week is, besides concentrating on lowering the carbs, I'm not going to go keto at this point yet. I probably should, but, you just can't stop everything and do that. You'll feel horrible, and, um, I just right now, I'm not there to do that. So, I'm gonna go low carb, which I've been doing anyway, trying to, decide which carb is better for me. I've heard that, of course, anything that grows in the ground is a better carb, than things that are in a package. Okay. I've totally stopped pretty much all processed food, you know, macaroni and cheese, all that kind of stuff. No, not for me. Pizza, I love. Oh my gosh, pizza and tacos. That's my two mm, favorites. But there's ways you can make pizza and tacos that are low carb. So just finding ways of doing that. I mean, you guys can look up recipes, and I might do one here and there. I don't know, on the channel, but apple cider vinegar. Okay, let's talk about that a second. I had taken it before, but not consistently, because again, sometimes I start things and then I forget that I was doing that for a reason. And then I just stopped doing it. So I've done that before. But starting tomorrow, I'm going to start 1 tablespoon with water, mix it up with water, drink it before every meal, which for me is only 2 meals. So lunch and supper. Uh, I'm going to do that all week and see if I notice any difference or not. But it's supposed to help with the burning up of the carbs in your blood, the sugar. Um, the other thing that I'm going to start doing now, me and my husband, like I told you, we walk in the morning. I'm going to start walking after every meal. So I'm going to still do the morning, but I'm going to walk just 15, 20 minutes, nothing major, after lunch and after supper, probably a half an hour after I eat. So we're going to see how that goes, and to try to burn up some of that sugar in my body. Still going to stick with the 1,000 milligrams twice a day of the metformin and the Farxiga, of course, doing that. I'm still going to take all my medication, all of that. But these are a couple of things that I'm going to be doing differently. Um, Starting Monday. So we'll see how that goes. And I will come back on here next Sunday and give you an update, just let you know. Can't think of anything else of course, I'm drinking lots of water. Um, I do that all the time. So my container is, I don't know, I think it's like a 17, one of those 17.9 ounce or something like that. It's like a water bottle. I think that's about the size. I do filtered water with the Brita filter, in the refrigerator. And so I do drink a lot of water. I'm still addicted to Diet Coke. At least here, I'm addicted. I don't have them every day. I used to have them every day, not all day, just one. I just have one, usually at the noon meal. Um, but I started drinking seltzer and sparkling waters, flavored ones, and no sugar in any of that. So those are always good. Haven't totally kicked that Diet Coke yet, but not having it every day like I was. So just once in a while. But anyway, the walking, apple cider vinegar. Sleep is very important too. I'm going to somehow figure out, I think they have these rings that you can wear, and it monitors, well, I'm sure a Fitbit, I'm sure they have several different things that monitor your sleep, like how much are you really getting. And because I wake up a lot during the night. Try to cut my water off about 8. Don't go to bed till about 11. But even that length of time, I still wake up 2 or 3 times to go to the bathroom. And I don't know if it's, the medication or just getting old or my body is getting rid of the water that I and the toxins and all that. I'm hoping that's what's going on. That's what I tell myself. Um, anyway, so I'm doing that, and like I said, I'll get on here next week and do an update. And I thank you all for listening, and hopefully this is going to help somebody somewhere, some point. Thanks. See ya. Bye bye.